Okay, today is August the 27th, 2015, and this is the Northeast Pacific Water Vapor Loop, and we are looking at a very large low pressure system that is moving towards the west coast. We can see the front here is moving into California, and this area right here is being laced with aerosol chemtrails, chemical aerosols. And we can take a look at that here in a second. This should be delivering a lot of rain into California. Let's look at this in the rainbow loop. And we can see the amount of rain in this system. It's pretty substantial. It's a big spinning low. That's visible at the 300 millibar chart all the way down to the sea level. And it is being blocked by a high pressure right here. And we'll go back and take a look at that. We got high pressure right here. And we also have high pressure that was, over Texas and New Mexico, which is moving to the west very slowly. And what's happening here is that these two high pressures are starting to join, and we can see the very last remnants of moisture that's creeping north being cut off by this high pressure here, joining up with this high pressure. And so that's going to pinch off these thunderstorms from moving any further north. The last thunderstorm cell right up here, right now, is being blown apart. And we can see that happening right now. And we'll take a look at that. We'll do that right here. We'll just take a quick look here. We have a thunderstorm here. It's moving right into Arizona. That has a large shock wave, a blast wave, coming right out of the bottom of that system right here. Okay. Take a look at that in the water vapor mode. They're blowing this apart, and here we can see where the two high pressures have actually joined up. They've pinched off this flow. All right, and that's part of the script that was handed to these weather people a few days ago. They knew this was going to happen, so that's actually happened now. We've got this high pressure that's moved back to the west, and they've pinched this off just like they were forecasting. All right, now this is Tropical Storm Jimena, I believe is how it's pronounced. That 70 mile per hour winds. By tomorrow, that should be a hurricane. And this over here is Hurricane Ignacio, and that's got, I believe, 90 mile per hour winds right now. Okay, and these are both moving towards the west. We'll take a look at the hurricane map here in a minute. I've got a whole lot of open windows, so I got to kind of go through these one at a time. Here's the Hawaii map, and we've got Ignacio right here moving towards the islands, and we've got the remnants of Kilo right here, which is being hit again by a transmitter, and we can see some of the results of that. There's some blast patterns, and we've got some steam as a result of that. Okay, let's keep moving here. And here's another low that's spinning and generating a lot of moisture and stuff, thunderstorms. You can see that here. A lot of intense thunderstorm activity. Okay, this was blown apart yesterday. This was there was just a mess here. There was parts of this storm shooting out all over. Pretty much killed that off. Okay, here's the visible light mode. There's not a whole lot to see in this particular satellite shot. It looks like they are hitting this storm right here in the last two frames. Last couple of frames, right there. You can see it looks like a HARP attack right there. All right, let's keep going here. This is the wide shot of the Pacific. And you can see a pretty good shot of these storms. All right, let's keep going here. Yeah, this storm here, this is Kilo. That is still spinning and generating a lot of rain, and it's being hit. Okay, let's carry on here. All right. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is the southwest water vapor loop. And here we see the storm being blown apart before it moves into Arizona. Look at the bottom of this thing getting blown out. Now look at the general flow of everything in this frame here. And look at the direction of that high-speed shock wave. That's a very high-velocity shock wave moving right out at the south-southwest direction. Let's look at this in the the rainbow loop. Look at that. The whole system implodes after it's hit. All right. And here is the visible light mode. We can see exactly what's happening. Very, very high-speed shock wave moving out from the bottom of that storm. Okay, now here is the hurricane map, National Hurricane Center. This is Jimena, which right now is generating 70-mile-per-hour winds. It's moving 14 miles per hour to the west, due west at 14 miles per hour. All right, and then we have Ignacio out there in the Central Pacific. All right, and here is the this is the surface analysis chart. This is that low that's moving into California. It's forecast to move towards the west coast here, 1008 millibar. All right. All right. Now this gives you an idea how big this system really is. This is the western U.S. water vapor loop, and this spinning low here should be bringing just a ton of rain into California. But unfortunately, this whole area here is full of chemtrails, and we're going to take a look at that right now, and then we'll come back to this map. So here is the geostationary satellite image map, and we can see what's happening here pretty carefully, pretty well. Just look right in here and look at all of the trails being laid out by these jets. They are lacing this entire moisture field with chemical aerosol chemtrails. I hope everyone can see that, because that is what will prevent this system from delivering rain. They may get sprinkles. What happens is they spray these storms and then they move on shore and we get sprinkles for 10 minutes. And that's it. And we get a lot of clouds, a lot of haze and all that. But this is a huge system. And I'm just looking at the core here. This is all pretty much spinning counterclockwise. All right. All right, here we go. Now this is the infrared loop of the same storm. There's just a lot of moisture in this system, and it should be delivering rain. And unfortunately, we've got a high pressure that's been installed down here that's going to block any kind of rain for the Southern California area. That's too bad. We've got people that are preventing rain in the United States and in California. So this drought will continue on. Now here's the jet stream map. And we can see again that all these arrows are pointing right into California. Yet we can't get rain to save our lives. All right. Okay, here is the sea level pressure map. And here's that low indicated right here. And they've got a high indicated here. All right next to this low. And we got another installed high. That's the same one that we were looking at. That's been parked there for days. Okay. All right, let's look at this is the 300 millibar chart. And you see the low indicated there, very powerful low, or well, it's a fairly good size. A lot of pressure gradient there. All right, let's go back to the beginning right here. All right. So what's happening here is that they are going to cut off all this weather, and this is all chemtrailed. We probably won't see any rain out of this down here where we are in LA. The pressure today had risen quite a bit. It's at today we had very high pressure. It was 30.05, which is the highest it's been for quite a while, and that's to be expected when you have a system like this moving through LA or towards LA. We always see a pressure build in. This is just like clockwork. It happens every time, every single time. So we've got a chance for rain from the west here, and we get a high pressure parked, and the chemtrail boys are out doing their work. Okay, and they've sprayed that whole thing. We saw chemtrails in the skies here in LA today. All right. And the humidity was down to 34% tonight as well. So they've dried everything out, and that's to be expected. This is what they're doing. This is weather manipulation, and they're keeping California dry. All right, that's what's happening. So that's it. We'll go ahead and we'll probably do another one of these tomorrow. Okay, that's it.